All right, so let's talk about exercise after COVID. So I'm speaking to the person who has been diagnosed, has been treated, and is coming out the other end of having COVID-19 or the coronavirus, and they're wanting to get back into exercise safely. They want to do it strategically and not make things worse, not make their symptoms flare up or anything like that. So today I'm going to give you 3 things that you got to think about and take action on. These 3 things are really the only thing you have to worry about when it comes to getting back into an exercise routine after something like COVID-19. And just a disclaimer, guys, remember, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you whether you are ready or not ready to get back into the gym, so I encourage you to take the 3 points I'm gonna cover here today, and it's a solid advice. It's solid information that I've gathered from data all over the place, from people who have had COVID and are back in the gym, from doctors themselves, and just understanding the human body. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, talk to your doctor. If he or she clears you to exercise, then I would say you can go forward with these 3 steps. But remember, guys, take care of your body, be safe, and if you have any issues going on, consult your doctor. So the first important point for exercising after COVID is to hold back on your cardio. As we know, COVID-19 affects the respiratory system. Basically, in its simplest form, we could say that it really affects the impact of our gas exchange, how we are able to take in oxygen and expel the waste, expel the carbon dioxide. So if you think about it, if you're coming off of something like Corona, you're dealing with a respiratory issue, obviously. So when you're jumping back into a cardio workout or a cardio-based program, you really have to hold yourself back from going all in at first. You may feel better, you may have been cleared to exercise, but hopefully your doctor has said, hey, take it slow, take it 1 step at a time, don't push too hard. So my suggestion for you is to dial everything back when it comes to your cardio. What you used to do, what you may have been at when it comes to your cardio workouts before you were diagnosed, before you got COVID, you have to dial that back and start from scratch. Keeping in mind that how you are able to recover from that workout is way more important than how hard the workout was or where your workouts used to be before you had your diagnosis. My second tip for exercising after COVID is to start with strength. This is probably one of my favorite topics of all time when it comes to being in the gym, and that's building smart strength, because it is one of the best things you could do for your body, both in the short term and for the long term. There are aspects of strength training that can be cardio based, and there's aspects of it that's just a lot less cardio based. So it kind of gives you some windows of opportunity to challenge your body, build strength, get back in the gym, strengthen your immune system, and ultimately recover and get back to where you used to be before you were diagnosed. And there's a lot of reasons why I think starting with strength is really important. I kind of touched on them. One is you can structure your strength training programs to be less cardio focused. You're not pushing yourself to crazy limits when it comes to your respiratory system. So you can kind of get back into the gym, get the ball rolling again, get comfortable, see how your body responds to a stress. You are gonna feel out of breath. From my understanding with people who have had COVID and are back in the gym, even strength training can be challenging. So you don't want to just assume that, hey, I'm gonna go in and just 1 rep max my squat or go do a 10 rep max on deadlift. You have to be strategic, you have to be smart about it, but you can use strength as that open window to step in, start doing some basic upper body, lower body splits or full body workouts that are lower on the cardio aspect, but higher on the strength focus aspect, and it'll be a great introduction back into the gym. Now, with the specifics of approaching strength training in the gym after a COVID diagnosis or after you've been kind of worked out and now you're clear to exercise, I think of it as 2 different things that you really want to focus on as far as your strength training goes. One is keeping your RPE, or your rate of perceived exertion, lower. I naturally have more of like an 8 to 9 range with my training in general, which is like basically 1 to 2 reps left in the tank while I'm doing a specific strength training aspect, unless it's on some kind of max out day. So for you, just getting back in, I would focus on that RPE. Keep it around 6 or 7, maybe even 8 on the top end when you're first getting back into the gym after a COVID diagnosis and now you're cleared to exercise. You can grade yourself off of how your body responds at that RPE. I know that sounds kind of scientific, but it's really not. It's just basically saying it, how intense is this strength training program? I just did deadlifting, I just did squatting, lunging, bench pressing, and I went to an RPE of 8. How does your body feel after that set? Was it like an all-out max effort? That's more about 10. If it's like, that was probably, I needed someone to get it off, but I wasn't gonna kill myself, it's probably around 9. And if you're able to leave 1 to 2 reps left in the tank when you're doing that specific exercise, then I would say that's an RPE of around 8. So be the judge of your own specific RPE, but when you're first starting out, keep the RPE low. Other things when it comes to strength training is, again, I'm trying to take away the cardiorespiratory aspect. So I'm not gonna be doing things like supersetting. I'm not taking myself to 1 rep maxes at all. I'm trying to keep it focused, trying to maintain control and not tax the respiratory system too much. And the third and final point of approaching exercise after COVID is to increase your recovery time. And I look at this in 2 things. One is the time after your workout, right? So it's the after workout recovery time. And then you have like your intra workout recovery time. So that would be like between reps or between sets, not reps, but more sets per se. So normally you give yourself 45 seconds to a minute, maybe more, depending on what you're doing when it comes to your rest time and taking your chance to just kind of chill, recover, and get back in. In this case here, if you're coming down off of COVID, one of the best things that I would suggest that you do is give yourself more time. So if you normally give yourself a minute after each set of exercises, give yourself 2, 3, even 4 minutes. I know, blah, 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 science says you got to take less. Doesn't matter. Like, take it 1 step at a time. This is not going to be a forever thing for you. It's a very short-term recovery type of approach of getting back into exercise. So you want to play it safe, right? Your respiratory system has already been compromised in a way where it has to now rejuvenate and recreate and heal and get stronger to where you were before. So in the meantime, you're back in the gym, you're having fun, so just go easy. So intra workout, you can increase your recovery time between sets or after each group of exercises that you do. Just jack up the rest time. That's a great way to start. The other one is after your workout. A lot of times we're just in a rush. We're trying to get back to our lives if we're exercising and we have families and spouses and things like that. So after you work out, you say, okay, gotta go. And you pack up your stuff and you roll out and you just bounce and you kind of get back into the swing of life, which if you're in a high stress situation or a high stress season, that might not be good for your central nervous system, right? I would suggest that you take some time to recover. Spend some time after your workout, maybe doing some foam rolling, some active stretching, some basic recovery type of movement, whatever that looks like for you, as long as it's nothing that's like a fast-paced walk or anything like that. You're trying to recover and give yourself a chance to regain composure, get your breathing back under control, make sure nothing is kind of going weird when it comes to, okay, I've been working out for the past hour, workout's over, and I just cannot seem to catch my breath at all. That would be a major kind of a medical situation. So we're trying to stay away from that. We're trying to gain control, build confidence back in our body, not build fear around exercise because it feels like we're not as strong as we used to be or as capable as we used to be. So we're trying to build that self-efficacy up in your body and in your lungs. Since you have been cleared, since you are okay to exercise, key point there. So that's it, guys. Those are my 3 major points when it comes to getting back into the gym, getting back into taking care of your body, boosting your immune system through exercise, both for the short term and for the long term. So let me know if you have had COVID and you're back in the gym, you're trying to get back into the weights or doing cardio again, and you're not sure what to do, or you have recovered and you've gotten back in and you'd love to add a point to what I've said. Let me know in the comment section below if you've had it and you have some awesome wisdom to share with the people who are watching this video. Leave your post or your comment below in the comment section. I'd love to hear about your story. I'd love to share your knowledge and your experience with the world. So the more people we can help with this, more people we can kind of get back into the gym, get over this fear of what's going on, the better we're gonna make the world. So I appreciate you for watching. Hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't already, if you're looking to get back into the gym safely, do it without low back pain, do it a smarter way, check out www.fitnessforbackpain.com/back pain workshop. I break down how I approach exercise, and I'm confident if you follow these steps with exercise through this free guide, you'll have exactly what you should be doing.